What is up, YouTube? Crow from Triple Sleeve, back at it again with another video. Deck interview, you already know what it is. I have a newcomer to the channel. What's your name, sir?
Oh, my name's Hollis.
You said Hollis?
Hollis, yeah.
Hollis, nice to meet you. I talked to you to the side a little bit. You said it's been a while since you played Vanguard. When you say a while, how long is a while?
I haven't played since Limit Break was a thing.
Limit Break? Sheesh. Man, how long was that, about 8 years ago or so?
I think I was still in middle school when I last played, so it's been a while.
It's been a hot minute. Again, thank you so much for coming out.
Oh, yeah, of course.
How did you enjoy the event overall?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I saw a lot more decks than I usually did. I play with like one or two friends at home, but like, you know, it's
Right.
the same deck over and over again.
Right. What place did you end up coming in this tournament?
Oh, I ended up going first.
Man, this man hasn't played. All right, guys, just keep it up. He ain't played in, what, almost 8 years? Comes back, wins a local. Yeah, it's just a local. Sure, it's not a major, but again, it's just the fact that he came out and, you know, with a strong region, great players overall, came in, did his work. Congrats again. And what deck did you say you used?
I played Bruce.
Bruce. And how do you like the deck overall?
I think it's a lot of fun, especially when you get the final rush Persona right turn. It's just insane numbers that you can just like go over and over again.
Right. What made you decide Bruce over, I guess, what people would consider the best deck in the format, Cutie Sanctuary?
I just did not find Bastion fun. I tried, but I just did not find that deck fun at all. I mean, like, I get why people play it, it's just not for me.
Fair enough. I think Bruce is actually a relatively fun deck. Did you expect Bruce to be as popular as it was today? Because we had about 15 players. Out of those 15 players, 6 of them were playing Bruce.
I think it makes sense in retrospect, but I did not expect that many people going in. Like, I guess Bruce is probably the least expensive good deck in the format right now.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but, you know, I did not expect to see 6 Bruce.
Got you. Again, I watched some of your matches, and you're a fantastic player. I was like, this guy knows what he's doing. At first, when I first seen him, I was like, I've never seen him at a locals before. I wonder how good is he? And I was sitting there watching matches, like, oh, he actually knows what he's doing. All right, this is going to be a sleeper pick right here. All right. Again, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and hop into that deck profile. That way you can show me what you're working with.
All right.
You're good.
All right, so obviously you got to run the normal Bruce line. And right now I'm running the Dark State's normal Overtrigger, but I'm considering changing it to the generic one. Because I feel like unless you see this early game, it doesn't provide as much value as a lot of other Overtriggers do.
I've seen some people run the vanilla. I like to call it the vanilla Overtrigger, just because they feel like the 100 million is more value in the long run, especially as you say early if you don't hit it early. Now, as I stated earlier to somebody else, I've asked everybody this question just for statistic purposes. How many times out of you played 7 matches in total today?
Yeah, 7 matches.
So out of your 7 matches, how many times did you drive check it?
I think I drove check it twice.
How often did you damage check it?
Damage check it, I never damage checked it.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of 7 matches. Okay. Interesting. How many times did you see it in your opening hand? Either after post mode or even before post mode?
I think post mode I got it twice, which was unfortunate.
Oh wow. And how many times did you draw it out of your 7 matches? Like just draw it randomly throughout the game? Or soul charge it?
Soul charge it, I think I soul charged it almost every single game that I didn't see it, which was painful, but...
Right. But you can get it out with Protoball.
Right. So it wasn't terrible. Yeah,
right.
It's 50k shield in your hand.
Exactly. Okay.
All right, so of course you have the Overtrigger, and then 4 heals, because why would you run anything else? And 3 draw. I don't know, I've been considering running fronts, but I feel like the draws are just provide more value in the long run, right? Because you already have such high numbers, it doesn't really matter.
Right. I think, in retrospect, what you could do, potentially, depending on the route that you want to go, like later on down the line, you could run fronts, but what you could potentially cut out is like some crits, I guess. Yeah. You can do a little rainbow mix.
Right. Yeah, I think Bruce is probably one of the decks that can actually do rainbow pretty well.
Right.
Then...
And she just put it in here.
Yeah. Okay. And then...
You can stack it on top.
Oh, yeah, sure. And then there are 8 crits. Yeah, I could see like cutting maybe a few crits, like 3 crits for 3 fronts.
Right.
I think there's already enough crit pressure with the Eden.
Fair enough.
Okay, and then for the grade 1 lineup, run 2 Acrobats, 2 Perturbulbs, 3 Steam Battler Gundren, and 4 Perfect Guards. So I was running more Acrobats.
I was just about to ask that question too. I said that's a low amount of Acrobats. I've noticed some people run less Acrobats in their deck, like over time, but I feel like 2 is just low. How did you feel about it?
I feel like as long as you saw 1 per game, then you're doing fine, because it's just so easy to deck out with Acrobat. Like, I think when I was first playing this deck, and to be fair, I was a lot worse with the deck at first. I decked out almost consistently when I had 4 Acrobat, which was really bad.
Yeah.
So I decided to cut him down to 2. I think Perturbulb at 2 is fine. His ability is really nice, but it doesn't, go off all the time.
It's value, but not value, I guess, in a sense.
Right.
I think I run 3 in my personal build, but then again, I cut out more out of my grade 2 slots, so
right.
It all depends.
I run 3 Gundren. I think he's really good early game. You get that free draw, and Bruce can afford to do that because he gets a lot of soul. And I run the what is it called? Electro Spartan, right? And I usually have a little bit more soul. So I think Gundren is really good.
I think a lot of people are starting to go down the Spartan, the Spartan Gunner route because they realize, well, Bruce going second kind of sucks. But going first, this deck is absolutely bonkers. And at least, I guess, Spartan and Gunner gives you more, I would say, you can say pressure and consistency, so you can draw more cards.
Yeah, so and then I also run 2 Brodies.
Love that card.
Yeah, and 3 Electro Spartans. So I think these 5 cards are just really good, so you actually have something you do on turn 2 and 3, right? Because I think that's what Bruce struggles with the most.
Right.
Yeah, just before you final rush, you just have absolutely nothing to do.
Would you consider cutting 1 Spartan for an extra Brody, or do you feel like Spartan has more value?
I think I enjoyed it more when I saw this card than Brody, right? Because I feel like Brody, I don't know, 10K is kind of a weird number, and sometimes it does come up, but it doesn't come up as much as I thought it would.
Got you.
And I used to run more Brody, but then I saw myself decking out more when I did that because the games would go on for a little bit longer. So I ended up just putting him at 2, and I thought that was a good number to put him at.
Right.
All right, and then of course, 4 Edens.
MVP.
Yeah, he's just...
Card does everything.
Pressure is just amazing. And then to retire as well, it's just incredible card all around.
So a question for you. In the mirror match, did you play a mirror match today?
I actually didn't play a mirror match, which is really surprising because there were 6 Bruce players there.
Right. I meant to ask you, what all did you play against, actually?
So I played against Dragon Empire twice, and then I played against Bastion twice. Then I played 1 Zorga. And what was the last match? I think maybe 1 more was a Dragon Empire.
Okay.
So yeah, it was like it was a good mix overall.
Got you. But I feel like in the mirror match, this card here is like amazing because you can just swing at your opponent's rear guard. It's like, all right, block me or I'll pop 2 cards.
Right, and I can see him being very good at that matchup as well. And there's also, of course, the MVP.
The boy.
Yeah, you just want to Persona Ride. He's just insane.
Big bro.
Yeah, when you Persona Ride this, and you also have this card, dude, you're hitting like insane numbers.
I love the Colossus. Colossus hits big for no reason. 28 without even Persona riding. Good number.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane, right? Like I think there's like 1 game or 2 games that I couldn't Persona Ride, and this guy like helped me get out of it because he still has like huge numbers even without Persona Riding. And then 4 Marjorie. She's really good as well. She gives you so much free advantage, and just like the soul charge when you're like a little bit low in soul.
Right. So would you ever consider cutting 1 of her out for 1 more gunner, so that way you can run 4 gunners in a deck, so that we can see it consistently?
I think that is one of the changes I've been thinking about making. I think it makes more sense to do that because I think there's already enough Final Rush cards in the deck, right? Especially when Jared comes out.
Right, exactly. That card is, my God.
Jared's insane. I think I'm probably going to cut out Brody for Jared, but...
Yeah, I think most builds have done that. Or what they did is that they at least cut this down some to like 2 in their builds. Because I feel like Golem in the long run, or Colossus in the long run, has more value. This has good value too, but 23, I feel like that's an easier block. They're going to block you at a 15K. They got to give me 2 cards for this.
Right, definitely. All right, so that's pretty much it. I think it's a more defensive Bruce build than some other Bruce builds I've seen, but overall it's still pretty aggro.
Interesting. I really like the deck.
Yeah,
I think the deck performs really well, like across the board, no matter what the matchup is, especially against like Snow Seraph, which I think we only had one representation here today. But overall, again, fantastic job. Congratulations on taking first place.
All right. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much, man. It's Crow signing out. Peace.